All right. Hello, 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 and welcome to our Wow Wednesdays testimonial call. I'm so glad you are all here. Dr. Sheila and myself really welcome you to this call. We're so glad that you're here. I hope that you hear a testimonial today that just really helps you to understand what this AO scanner is about. And by all means, please reach out to the person that invited you to this call, but I'm going to go ahead and read our disclaimer. The AO technology is not a medical device. The statements that we share here tonight are not evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. So if you're sick, please consult with your healthcare provider. Now, when we share testimonies tonight, you are welcome to share a testimonial on anything that we have with the Solex company. It could be on the AO scanner, it can be on the 660 band, it can be on our supplements, it can be on our inner illuminator, our Cephi dots, anything that we use with the AO scanner or with the company. Feel free to share those testimonials because people need to hear what we have in our hands. And this amazing product needs to be in the hands of everybody that we can get it into the hands of, because once they start to use it, they're going to start to really see what their body wants and needs, and then we can help them with it. So without further ado, I'm just going to open it up and let anybody share. If they have something, just unmute yourself and go ahead and share.
I can start it off.
Go ahead.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So on my scans, I often have the veins and arteries in my head show up as a problem. Well, I'm not a practitioner and it's just really scary. Am I going to have a stroke or what? So I ran scans on my brain, and it was things like circulation and things like that. And I still worried about it. So I talked with another practitioner who does not have an AL scan, but she does have another computer. And she says, "What are you doing?" And I told her the supplements I was taking. She says, "Those are good." And then she says, what frequencies are you running? And I told her, and then on her computer, she could tell if it caused stress to me and how good that was for me. And so those frequencies didn't cause me any stress, and they were 88% effective. So because when I told her, I said, "I don't know if these frequencies are doing me any good or not, but I'm running them." And she goes, "Well, I'll just find out." So they were 88% effective, the scanning, because her computer can do that, ours can't. But at least, it gave me a heads up to what I need to be doing. So anyway, that's all.
Thank you, Carolyn. Anybody else?
I do. I have one. I was visiting with a brand new friend, and they had a lab, a big 12-year-old lab. And this lab was just so sweet. She waddled up to me with her toy and just kept bumping my leg. And the owner would tell her, "Now go lay down," and she'd go lay down. And 2 seconds later, she'd be right at my feet. I said, "I think she wants something. Can I work on her?" And she said, "Sure." And so I opened up the app and just kind of, feeling her energy, she just felt very heavy, very, very heavy. And I said, "Has this baby been through trauma?" And she said, "Oh, yes, she'd lost her companion 2 years ago. Shortly after that, she lost a litter of puppies. She was too old, and all the puppies were not viable, so she had to take the puppies. And then she had a second companion that came and was just there for a few months and had to leave. And then her favorite human went away to school." And I said, "Oh," so I started doing trauma release frequencies for this baby. And she went immediately, as soon as I turned them on, the scanner, she went and she laid down on the bed and just totally left me alone. And then she normally, um, the owner said she normally faces out when she's laying on the bed because she wants to make sure everybody's okay. And she turned her back to us and laid down and just kinda really flopped her head over the edge, and as we were talking, I just left it running, and the owner said, "I've never seen her relax like this when there's new people in the house." And I said, "Well, that's great. She's just soaking this stuff up." And so I did a little bit body code, with her as well and released some trauma, and by the time I left, she came back over, and I was petting her, and she felt like a totally different dog to me. I could tell she was much lighter, her fur felt softer, and her back muscles were totally relaxed, and I said, "Would you mind just petting her on the back and doing a little of assessment? Because I don't know if it's just me, because I don't know her. See if she has any difference to you." And she did, and she said, "She is so relaxed. I've never felt her back feel this relaxed in years. She is just really calm." And she just started crying. It was so awesome.
Oh, thank you, Alice, for sharing that with us. I know that that is so true
Yes.
because with these little rescue dogs that I have and the trauma that they've been through, I mean, I just did my first scan on Pearlie today and I can already see a difference in her. So this stuff is very powerful. Anybody else? You can just unmute yourself and share away.
Okay, I will,
Okay.
because I think this might benefit everybody. And Sheila's like, all right, because I had to just phone her today and tell her about this. So I have this wonderful little band on my arm, but I wear it all the time, and I've noticed it makes a big difference in my day. And whether it's pseudoscience, I don't know, But one thing is my son, who I've decided I'm not going to push anything on him anymore. And he used it while I was gone for my walk. And he came back and he said, "Holy cow, what is this?" He could feel his arm burning all the way up, or feeling like there was tingling or something. Now, the backstory of this is my son got the Moderna shot and developed myocarditis right away within minutes of it. He then didn't get any treatment for 3 months after the fact, and I've been treating him holistically. We thought we had it. We thought we had it down pretty good, but I can tell you, we're really excited about this now, because I'm a nurse in training, or I'm a trained nurse as well. I gave him two choices because I felt like we could have dislodged maybe a little clot because of what we know is going on with the blood system. So I said, "What do you want? Take an aspirin or go get some raw garlic and chew on it?" So he chose the raw garlic. We chewed on that afterwards just as an anticoagulant, but out of more my own security. I don't know if it needed to be done. But he wore it the next day and he said he could feel the healing tingling all the way up to here. So it is doing its job. And we're, with that little bit of knowledge, I couldn't not share it, because maybe somebody who's suffering.
So you said you wore yours all day. Is it turned on?
I don't wear mine all day. I wear mine every day, probably 2 times a day. I wear it in the morning when I get up, so it's eliminated my need for coffee, believe it or not. And then I just did my 10K hike this morning, went for my, and I kind of run in the woods, but I just got back from I do a 40K bike ride too. So I just got back from that, and I'm putting this on to give me the energy to get through the rest of the night.
So you do 2 20 minutes.
I do 2 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But I do both arms.
Yeah.
Because I have a spleen injury.
Okay.
So, yeah. Everybody's different. I just want to say that.
Yeah, it actually runs 45 and I actually do 4 to 5 times a day. I do it on my way to the gym because I have an hour drive to the gym in the morning and an hour drive back home. So I do it before I go to the gym and when I get done with the gym, and I can tell a big difference because I have forgotten it a time or two and I notice a huge difference. But I honestly believe that what Cheryl shared with us, I really believe that this might have been some of the reason behind why Lauren thought this was important to get out to the world. So Cheryl, thanks for sharing that, because I mean, it's heartbreaking when these things are happening, especially in our family, when they don't listen to us and they do things that really hurt them. And now that we have something that we can help them. I mean, I want that message out there because so many people feel helpless.
Yeah. I want to say, I just put it on. He only wore it for 5 minutes the first day, 10 minutes the second day, because
Wow.
we want to make sure that we are looking after everything correctly. Not that I think there'll be damage. I'm just more concerned of, I'm a surgical nurse. Sorry. I'm looking for clots. I'm looking for things that could possibly happen, you know, when you start dilating it. I have a woman in Australia. I'm just excited about this darn thing. So, but I do have a woman in Australia who just got hers, and she's been diagnosed with stage 1 kidney failure. So we're looking at how this is going to help her because of her ions and things like that she needs to change in her diet. So I'm excited about that, as is she.
I'll tell you that I put it on my ankles all, you know, because I've got a lot of like varicose veins towards my ankles because of the weight I've carried most of my life. But I can tell a big difference in that too. So, you know, if you're in a position where you can set it on on the inside of your ankles, if you have any type of edema or anything like that, or just really bad circulation, it is amazing for that. So that's another thing.
For sure. I've got an old injury from when I was 18. I broke my ankle. So I've got stuff that, you know, arthritis is trying to form in there, and I do everything I can to keep that from happening. But, you know, working out too, sometimes it gets a little strained and it's upset. I put the band on there and it is amazing. I actually had someone come in the clinic this week. She bought it last week, and it was mainly because I wear it on my wrist, and I tell her this one, I've got injury here with arthritis as well. And it was really helping that pain. So she bought it for that. And she came in and she said, that thing's helping my hip. It's like, really? She said, yeah, my hip has been killing me and this thing is really helping.
That's cool.
Yeah. She just puts it back there in between her britches, you know, and her skin, and wears it. And she's loving it.
Hopefully we
You
come
know,
out
I've got
it'd be really cool if they would.
I've got this problem in my leg right now where I've got hardened varicose veins. They're really hard, really sore, hurt so bad. And I've been wearing compression socks, but I'm trying to do everything I can for it. But so it's really hard to tell what's actually helping. But I do put that band right on the hardened veins all night, all through the night too, just because heat helps it. And I'm trying everything I can. I run the AL scanner on it every single day, but I'm trying. It's just taking a slow, a long time healing.
Well, you know, the way that we need to remember this is all subtle too. Every time we run the frequencies and things like that, we have to realize that they are subtle because, like I said, I was in a very chronically sick situation when I started with the scanner, and it literally took me 6 months to completely do a 360. So don't give up. Just be consistent with it, because if you are, you're going to see changes. Some people, they notice changes a lot quicker. But, you know, because it is so subtle, it may take a little longer, but that's okay because it took us years to get into this position.
Well,
So,
and I'm imprinting the bracelet. I had a Cephi dot on it before, but like I say, I had to take it off because I had to wear those compression socks, and it was starting to make it indent in my leg and everything. So I had to take it off, but I am doing the bracelet, and I just leave it running. Leave the scanner running all the time on it.
Make sure you remember the power of the optimization. So running scan and optimizing frequently, because whatever is out of balance, the scan technology is sending back to you what you need for homeostasis. So even though this is something you don't understand, the technology does, and just scanning and optimizing repeatedly.
So you mean like when you do the easy scan?
Yep. And then you do optimize, or you could do the body systems or the
But-
comprehensive.
So you
But
do
here-
it like every day?
Yeah, you can
Oh, yeah,
actually
yeah.
target. You can
Yeah.
target certain things in either the vitals or the comprehensive, and you can run, scan and optimize whatever that area is over and over several times a day. So you can do that too. So you have to
Yeah,
deselect
you could focus on veins and arteries.
Yeah.
Okay, so I run an easy scan every day, and then if I try to run another easy scan, it says you can't.
You can't.
So how do you do that?
You have to wait. You have to wait about an hour, but you want to get into the comprehensive or the
okay.
vitals and pinpoint what you're doing. Don't do the easy scan
Yeah.
again.
Oh,
Pinpoint stuff.
no,
in
it won't
your-
let me.
Yeah, you can.
Okay,
You can. But you have to do it an hour later.
really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Promise. I do it all the time.
okay,
Yeah.
I believe you.
But Lene, I would focus on the circulatory system.
Yeah. Yeah. And the body systems. Yeah. Do the body system, circulatory system, and then do the, the vessels and the veins and the comprehensive, just like Dr. Sheila said. You're
I
muted.
have a testimonial.
Go ahead, Sherry.
I follow a lady on Facebook who's I don't know, I think she's a natural type nurse or something like that. And she posts things frequently, but recently she posted about that she takes natural oxytocin hormone. And she said, I have so much pain that I have to take 150 IUs in order to be able to get relief. And I muscle tested, and I was like, that's beneficial for me. And I thought, I don't need to actually buy it. So what I did was I have this Nikken magnetic necklace that I wear 24/7. And so I took it off and I wrote the natural oxytocin hormone 150 IU on a piece of paper, and I imprinted it into my necklace. And within just a few minutes of putting it back on again, I could definitely feel a difference, that it was working to help with pain. And so I just love that about this device, that it opens up so many avenues of therapy for us. That's just wonderful.
It really does. Thank you, Sherry. I appreciate you sharing that. That's amazing. All right, Ann, I see your hand up.
Yes, ma'am. I don't know if it's too loud here. I'm at a, we just ended a ball game. But the question is, can you get too much red light, the infrared light?
In my opinion, no, but Dr. Sheila, anybody else in the house, do you have an opinion
No.
on that?
The only thing is if someone's really sensitive, or if they've been really sick, they may have to go slower. So you just listen to your own body. A healthy body, I don't know of any limitations. I mean, like I said, I'm running mine 4 to 5 times a day. But somebody who's really, really sick might not be able to do that. One of my daughters, even after about 5 to 10 minutes, she was already not feeling well because she had a lot of stuff going on. So you just got to, pay attention to the individual.
Thank you so much. Also, I have a testimony. I have a client who has H. pylori, and basically he is really sick and just kind of skin and bones, been sick for 4 years. And I've just started working with him the past 2 weeks, and his turnaround has been unbelievable. And it was so bad, his wife was looking for a small house, because she thought he was going to die. And then 2 days ago, he went to the grocery store by himself. And so that's how much he's healed in just 2 weeks. But it's been a combination of a couple of things, and not just the AO scan, but the AO scan supported him in ways that you couldn't imagine. So it's been a huge blessing for their family.
Are you referring to building a custom playlist for him and broadcasting, or just scanning and optimizing?
No, all of it. I do the energetics. I run that for H. Flora, and then I run a scan and optimize custom playlists. I mean, all kinds of things, just constantly changing up on them.
Excellent.
Do you have any suggestions?
What you're doing is excellent. And also make sure you're reading the inner voice reports, because there also gives you some ideas on some other things that could be supportive physically, like, you know, he might, you know, he's going to need some bacteria detox, obviously, but pre and probiotics and digestive enzymes. Look and see what's coming up on his inner voice reports for recommendations, and the body systems even. That can really be helpful.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Anne. Anybody
Thank
else? Have
y'all.
anything? Oh, you're welcome. Anybody else have anything they'd like to share? We got a few more minutes left.
Lene, I wrote a thing in the chat. You could go to homeopathics and type in varicose veins, and there's a whole bunch of homeopathics. So do that and run that. I don't know how much to run it, but Tammy would know. Or
Yeah, I
today.
have some in there. I have some in there, and
Okay.
that's what I'm printing on my bracelet.
But I know
maybe-
I've had varicose veins and they're very, very painful.
Yeah.
I would like to ask a quick question.
Go for it.
So one of the things that I've been doing over the past week is building custom playlists for clients. And I'll go to the homeopathic section and then type in something, I don't know, shoulder pain, back pain, and then do a scan to see what that particular person is resonating with the highest. And the top 3 things I add to their playlist. I've been doing this for a little while, but this week I've ran into 3 separate occasions where the homeopathic that comes up there is not available when I then go to make a playlist and search the homeopathic, which confused me because I thought it was the same database. I'm wondering, has anybody else experienced this?
What can you say which ones?
I can, I'll have to go back and try to do it again. But since they're in alphabetical order, it was just clear to me that they were not there. And the look on your face shows me that this is normal. So it kind of answers my question as to whether or not this is a thing.
And it could be, did you make sure, was it a no-sode or a cell salt? Because sometimes they'll mix those in and
Okay,
they're in a different list.
I didn't
Check that
make
next
sure.
time. Yeah.
Okay,
Pay attention to whatever comes up next time. And if you don't find it just in the homeopathic listing, it may be in the no-sodes or the cell salt.
okay, that's probably it.
Maybe. I mean, that's
Because
the
I
only
know
thing.
that it's got to be in there, otherwise it wouldn't come up when I did that scan, right?
Yeah, I would think so, but I have not come across that yet.
Okay, that's probably it.
All right.
Thank you.
Anybody? You're welcome. Anybody else have anything real quick before we end? Well, guys, thank you so much for being here. We just love this Wow Wednesday. And if you were here by invitation, please get back to the person that invited you to this call and get with them maybe for a demo scan or whatever. So we just really appreciate you being here, and we'll see you next Wednesday. We're going to jump on the Solex update. So you guys have an incredible evening.
Thank you.
Night,
Good night,
everybody.
Bye.